If you're getting ready to move to Eastern Idaho, or you already live here and you're wondering if now is a smart time to buy or sell a home, you need to pay attention to this video. The January numbers just came out, and if you only looked at the headline number, you'd think prices were up 10%, but that's just not the case. The first thing that I noticed is that closings are up. We had 72 closings in January of 2025, and in January of 2026, we had 82 closings. Now, that may seem small, but that is an increase of 14% year over year, which this tells us that activity is picking up, and I honestly think there's two reasons for that. Number one would be that interest rates are starting to come down. Last year, interest rates were closer to 7%, and this year they were a lot closer to 6% in January of 2026. And the second reason that I think the market's been a little bit busier is the fact that the weather has been significantly better, which I know sounds kind of funny, but usually we have a lot more snow than what we currently have, which I think is letting buyers be out in the market and shopping a little bit more seriously right now, because they don't have to worry about moving so much in the snow. And when we have nicer weather, it's just a lot easier to be out looking at homes. Now, here's where things get interesting. Yes, the average sales price was up 10% year over year, but the median sales price was actually slightly down. That tells me that this is not a massive appreciation spike across the board. It likely means that more higher end homes sold this January compared to last January. So if you're sitting there thinking, did my house go up 10%? That's probably not the case. Let's talk about inventory and days on market. Last January, we had about 3 months worth of housing supply. This January, we had about 3.1 months worth of housing supply, so that number is pretty flat. And again, what that number means is that at the rate that homes are selling, if we stopped listing any homes today, we would run out of our current supply of homes in about 3 months. So we're not really flooded with homes right now, but we're also not at the extreme shortage we had during 2020. For example, during some of the COVID months, we only had 49 homes on the market in Bonneville County, which is not a lot of homes, versus today we almost have 360 homes on the market, which is a lot more inventory for buyers to look at. Now, days on market did increase just a little bit. We went from about 68 days last year to about 75 days this year, so just a little bit longer for homes to sell, which is normal. This isn't crazy 2021 anymore. A lot of these markets are starting to transition into what a regular housing market should look like. So you're probably wondering, what does this actually mean for you as a buyer? Well, it means that you're going to have a lot more negotiation potential on a lot of homes. You're going to be able to negotiate more during your inspection phase. And it just means overall that you're going to have a lot more options to look at in your price range. You know, it's the difference of looking during COVID and saying, wow, I've only got 3 homes to pick in my price range, versus, hey, I've got 15 to maybe 20 homes to look at depending on my price range. It's really a good thing to have options in this current market. Now, if you're thinking about selling a home this year, the biggest thing that you have to be careful about is pricing a home. You can't look at homes that have sold relative to yours and say, hey, I'm going to put my home on the market for 3 to 5% more than this property sold for. We're just not seeing a lot of offers come in that are significantly over asking price, and we're seeing homes obviously sit on the market for a longer amount of time, which usually means that we're having to adjust home prices down in order to get a motivated buyer to put an offer on a home. So realistically this year, you have to be really dialed in on how you're going to price your property to get the most for it. Because the longer your home sits on this market, the more it's actually going to cost you in the long run. So whether you're looking to buy or sell here in Eastern Idaho in the next 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months, use me as a local resource. I'm here to help. If Eastern Idaho is even on your radar, you don't have to figure this out alone. Feel free to send me a text message, give me a call, or send me an email, and I'd be happy to come up with a custom plan to help you find the right home or to sell your property here in Eastern Idaho. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.